In this session on Beingful Work and Beingful Leadership, we want to talk about something that's very central to, very critical to the way we work and live. And this is about how to manage our anxiety and stress in the modern workplace. Clearly, the workplace has become extremely stressful, and it's a whole new ball game, especially during COVID, and very likely to remain so after COVID. So, how do you survive in this world? How do you manage your levels of stress? How can you thrive? How can you remain calm? These are some central questions we'll consider here. And I'm joined by my colleague Shubhangi, who has done some work in this area with me. And Shubhangi, as we think of anxiety and stress, and you have a psychology background,
Yeah,
these are things clearly our mind creates quite a few of
yeah,
these because there's a physical part of it, physical
yeah,
stress.
yeah,
But anxiety is sort of more the psychological part of it,
yeah,
right? So hopefully there are some things we can do to manage them.
yeah,
And going back to the theme of beingfulness and beingful leadership and beingful work, at its essence, very core, is to expand your sense of self, who you are, expanded sense of self. And that involves also being able to distance yourself. Is that something that you've studied, come across? In terms of
the concept of self-distancing
self-distancing.
that we were
Yeah.
talking about earlier,
Yes. Yeah.
definitely. So self-distancing talks about, let's say, an incident happens,
Yes.
taking a step back and just observing your emotional reactivity and just really not reacting to it out of impulse, but then weighing all aspects of it and seeing,
Right.
seeing things through all kinds of lens, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
basically distancing yourself from
Okay.
it, maybe a third person perspective
Third
or an
person
objective perspective, let's
Absolutely.
say. Yeah. Thinking, especially when it comes to conflicts, situations that give rise to anxiety or create stress. I think it's especially important that we are more beingful, let's say.
Beingful,
Yeah,
right.
definitely. Just
Yeah.
stepping back and looking
Yeah.
at it from all kinds of perspectives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you put it well. In fact, what our grandmothers told us, count to three,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
In this case, it's not counting, but being able to step back, and that's
Yeah.
beingfulness.
Yeah.
And to anchor yourself in a witness,
Yeah.
a kind of witness.
Yeah.
Ancient wisdom called this kind of witness as the sakshi, the one inside you who's witnessing.
Yeah.
So to, in a way, move yourself from that ego, empirical self, the one that is reacting, the one
Yeah.
that is upset,
Yeah.
the lower bird,
Yeah.
and step back and move into the witness,
Yeah. Yeah.
self, right?
I think not giving into your id.
Not giving into
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Just stepping back and
Yes.
looking at it
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
a moral perspective even.
Yeah,
That
to sort of observe yourself,
Yeah.
to see yourself and how you're reacting.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a concept that is becoming important in psychology, not well studied, but this is work we're doing, research we're doing on self-distancing and creating a scale for it and relating it to really it's a foundational pillar
Yeah.
of beingfulness,
Yeah.
the ability to self-distance.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you seen people who are good at this? Do you know anyone who's good at self-distancing? It's a very hard one.
I think I've seen quite a lot of people, I would
Okay.
say. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people uh, deal with negative emotions such as anger and aggression in this way as well. Like, I think these are the kind of people who internalize their emotions instead of just,
Okay, projecting
projecting it onto the others.
Yeah.
I think I would say in a way they are self-distancing.
Yes.
I think it eventually leads to internalizing, and that's bad.
That's not
But the
good.
first step that they take is just stepping back, not reacting
Right.
immediately.
So it's almost a repressive way of
yeah,
coping.
yeah.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say it's a healthy way
not a
of
healthy
doing it, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a way. Yeah,
So you actually point out an important aspect of it. Self-distancing without the internal repression, compression,
yeah,
all that, right?
yeah,
It needs to be a healthy
yeah,
self-distancing.
yeah,
Perhaps a compassionate way of
Yeah.
looking at that.
Yeah.
That reminds me of the anchoring image for beingfulness, the two birds in a tree.
yeah,
I've talked of it often. I've in a book and so on. But that reminds me, in some ways, there are these two birds. It comes in. It's the oldest image of being and doing in the world. And the verse goes like this: Dvav suparnao sayuja sakhayam samanam vriksham parishasva jate You've heard this often enough that you're probably sick and tired of this Sanskrit. So,
Yeah.
but yes, and these are two birds in a tree. The tree is our body, Jivatma as it's called, and the lower bird is this mind-body complex, the one
Yeah.
that's reacting in anger,
Yeah.
the one that is anxious, stressed out.
Yeah.
Whereas the higher bird is the one that is the witness,
Yeah.
looking compassionately.
Yeah.
Looking compassionately, not in a repressed way,
Yeah.
not in an angry way, but really compassionate and accepting,
Yeah.
self-compassion.
Yeah.
So in some ways, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think that's one way beingfulness as a concept could help people, letting them know that these other aspects of self that
okay.
you seldom think about,
Right.
the higher bird
You're not in
aspects.
touch with them.
Yeah, I think exploring that area would actually contribute a lot to management of stress and anxiety at the workplace.
Which is a central problem.
Yeah.
To, in some ways, not run away from it, not even to fight it,
Yeah.
but to understand it.
Accepting it, dealing with it, coming up
Dealing
with
with it.
solutions. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Being calm.
Yeah.
And,
And for that, you really need to step back.
you
And
need to step
Yeah.
back. It's not easy. So that means, what are some practices for stepping back? I've talked of daily meds is something
Yeah.
that in other sessions we've talked of.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be interesting to talk of the first one of daily meds.
Yeah. Meditation.
And just to remind people, the daily meds was meditation, exercise, diet, sleep, and a special hobby. Maybe let's spend a couple of minutes on the meditation
Yes.
part.
Yes.
Because meditation is the key that allows you to step back. There's,
You should tell us about the beingful meditation that you've always talked about.
Yes. And this is, of course, this is again stuff that you've heard of.
Yeah.
So, in the many years I've been thinking about this and trying to practice it. One of the techniques that I've developed for meditation is what is called as beingful meditation. In Sanskrit, it is Atma Purna Dhyanam. Atma Purna is beingfulness, Dhyanam is meditation. And it's actually taken from the Upanishads, one of the Upanishads. And again, I don't want to sound like this guy who's on and on about the Upanishads, right?
Yeah.
It's boring. But that's only because that's what I've read. But I'm sure other traditions have their own versions. But in this one, this is taken from the Taittiriya Upanishad. And in the Taittiriya Upanishad, there's a famous scene between Bhrigu and so it's the Bhriguvali, the portion of the Upanishads that deals with this, where our body is thought of as having these 5 sheets or koshas, panchakoshas. And that's what the meditation is about. It's a meditation on the 5 layers or sheets that we are. And as we do that meditation, we distance ourselves from the mind-body complex, from the id, as you mentioned, the ego bird. We begin to, in a way, distance from that physical reaction we have and go to that core witness that is in us. A place of calm, a place of equanimity, and a place of compassion. So the meditation involves first, you do some exercises in the external layer, which is the body layer, also called the Annamaya Kosha. Kosha means sheath. Annamaya is immersed in the material part. And so there's some body exercises, some joints exercises, and so on you do. And then you go to the next layer. You're going deeper and deeper. The next layer is the breath layer, the life breath, the life principle, and that's the pranamaya kosha. And so you're now going even deeper. The next layer is the mind. And much of our anxiety is created in the mind, that the psychological anxiety that we get. So you begin to distance from the mind also. The mind is where your lower identity is. So you start distancing from the mind. You free yourself from the mind. There's some chants that you do, if we can call it that. And then next you go into the wisdom layer. The wisdom layer is the ability to distinguish between what is real and what is not real. And that's the Vijnanamaya Kosha, which is the wisdom. And then you get to the core. So you've sort of done with the first, the second, the third, the fourth. What really matters, the core of the meditation, is that final one. That is the place of the witness. That is where you're calm and steady and true self-distancing, healthy self-distancing. And that's the Anandamaya Kosha, Anandamaya. And so that's the bliss layer that is often identified with where the witness is, the layer that the witness, you in a way get in contact with your witness. So this is something I've been teaching to different students and so on. It's not difficult. You can either spend half an hour on it or 15 minutes or just 5 minutes. You can just do one exercise in each of them,
Yeah.
and then you're done in 5 minutes. And through this process of going through this beingful meditation, you can achieve the ability to to develop your self-witnessing, actually self-witnessing muscle, I would say.
Yeah.
It's a muscle that needs practice
Yeah.
over and over.
Yeah.
So with that, so that's what it is. Now I'm going to ask something unusual. Do you
Yeah.
want to do this? 5 minutes.
Do this?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes. Let's do
Let's do this.
meditation exercise, right?
Yeah.
We'll take it out if it doesn't work.
Yeah.
5 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Just be 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And others join. Okay. We're going to do a meditation. Just relax. Relax. And then just feel your body relax. Feel your muscles relax. Especially the tension around your neck and your shoulders. I'll do the invocation first. It's from the Ishavasya Upanishad. It means in English, this is full, that is full. When this fullness is removed from that fullness, fullness alone remains. Or to put it simply, infinity minus infinity equals infinity. Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Relax. And I'll just do the first exercise of the Annamaya Kosha, which is the body layer, the material body layer. And there, you stretch your left hand out, palm facing downwards, and lower your fingers. Push the fingers down with the right hand. So use the right hand. There we go. And feel that stretch in your wrist. Your wrist is stretching nicely and comfortably. And use the other hand, you just push these fingers down. This exercise is great for people who use computers a lot. It actually saved me from carpal tunnel syndrome. And reverse, palm facing up, fingers pushed down by the right hand. Feel that stretch. Relax into that stretch. Enjoy that stretch. Count of 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower your left arm. And then right hand, same exercise, palm facing down. Use the left hand to push the fingers of your right hand down. Absolutely. Doing great. Feel that stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. And then palm facing up. Reverse, palm facing up. Fingers pushed down by the left hand. Feel that stretch. 2, 3, 4. Relax into the stretch. Breathe easy. Lower your right hand. So you just finished the first layer, the Annamaya Kosha. And then the breath layer, Pranamaya Kosha. So here, a simple breathing technique called belly breathing. When animals are at rest, this is what they do. They don't breathe through their chest being up and down, going up and down, but through their belly. As you expand your stomach, your belly, you create a vacuum that lets air come in, and then as you contract your stomach, the air goes out. So feel that slow expansion, air going in, slow contraction, air going out. Relax into that belly breathing. Relax. Expand, contract. Like bellows, expanding and contracting. Relax. Let your breath be your guide. This is Beingful Meditation, Section 2, which is the Pranamaya Kosha. Relax. Relax. And now transition gently into layer 3, Manomaya Kosha, mind layer. Mano is mind, Maya is immersion, being full of. Kosha is the sheath or layer. Manomaya Kosha. Here, a very simple exercise of distancing from the mind. On the in-breath, utter softly and gently and silently the word mind. On the out-breath, utter the word free. Mind, free. You're almost telling your mind to be freed from it. Free. Feel your breath, relax into your breath. Tell yourself on the in-breath, mind, on the out-breath, free. Relax. And now gently transition into the fourth layer, Vijnanamaya Kosha, the wisdom layer. And this is the layer that affirms your existence. On the in-breath, I. On the out-breath, am. Very simple. I am. I exist beyond all those appearances. In-breath, I. Out-breath, am. Silently. And after you've done this for a while without instruction, transition to the Anandamaya Kosha, which is complete silence. On your own, after doing this I am for a while, transition into complete silence. Slowly transition back to this world of doing. Open your eyes. It's already too warm. Okay, there we go. That was Beingful Meditation,
Yeah.
Atma Purna Dhyanam.
Yeah.
It's the Panchakoshas, the 5 layers, the whole self. This is the whole self that we're talking of, right? The whole self at work, except the social self.
Yeah.
That's missing. But yeah. Well, thank you, Shubhangi. I think you covered a lot of topics.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.